moving, and personal struggles with location and career. Hi everyone, first time posting here, but I read in another post that writing here felt like crowdsourcing advice, and I like that idea. I, 27F, and my husband, 28M, have been married for 2 years. We live in a large, HC living and both have careers here. My husband had never wanted to live here but moved to be with me, was able to keep jobs, switch office locations, pre-COVID, and I've been here since post-grad. He is very clear on how much he does not like living here and has voiced his desires to move back to the Midwest where he and his family are from. And me wanting to keep my partner happy slowly started laying the path of moving away from this large city. I work at a large tech company with a salary that allows us to make and save a lot of money together for our age, and one of our goals is to provide a nice life for children, have a nice home, travel a lot, etc. Unfortunately, I cannot keep my big tech job if I move to the Midwest, and lately I have been struggling with giving up that part of my identity and career that I worked hard to get to. My job isn't my identity, but I do correlate success with how much I make independently and career success that I have. So it feels like a huge sacrifice to give up my job. To make matters worse, a lot of my socialization comes from work, and I would have to take a remote job in the Midwest to stay in my industry. I could make a career pivot, but we are not comfortable with me making 50% plus less money. To clarify, I am not interested in staying in this big city and raising kids here for my whole life, and I am on board to move to this Midwest location at some point. I have no desire to move to my hometown, and we don't see much of a point to living in a different city other than this Midwest city because we can be around his family more and my family can visit frequently. The moving part. We have been plotting a move and viewing homes, but recently we're told we need to vacate our city apartment by mid-October. My husband really does not want to sign on to yet another year-long lease here, whereas I don't love the city, but I don't mind signing on to 1 year to give us a bit more time to feel confident in this life change. I'm also up for promotion and would love to see it through in my current job because it has been a large personal goal of mine, maybe one of the most important goals I have had in the last year or two. I could go on, but it feels like I've been trying to convince myself that moving would be good for my husband, and that because I could technically figure things out, new job, new house, car, family, etc., that giving up what I have here in my current city isn't a big deal. I have come to the realization that I could be moving in 2 months to appease my husband's emotions and ignore my own desires. I do want to add he has been supportive in saying things like, "We are not going anywhere until you are comfortable. I don't want to force this," etc., etc. But ultimately he's depressed, isolated, and sick of our location, and it bleeds into our relationship all the time. Being newly married and also a product of an unsuccessful marriage, I genuinely do not know what you're supposed to do in this situation. Would you, move in October because it will make your partner happy, and take a job and focus on starting this new chapter together, which could bring us closer but also drive resentment on my end? I like the idea of having a home and building equity, decorating and renovating together to make it ours, and having a few years in this new location to get to know the area before having children versus rushing into moving and having a kid. Better COL, lower taxes, more family around. Or B, sign a 1-year lease to give more time to achieve personal goals, find a home we really like, versus rush into buying or rent in the Midwest, and have a final goodbye year to this chapter of life? At 27 and 28, I don't know if rushing sits right with me, but I want my partner to be happy and feel less depressed than he usually does here in the city. No family around. Our friends are just as busy as us, so we barely see them. Hi, COL.